All right, let's see what.
She's sharing the.
Oh, Daisy, you are sharing? I put you on mute, so if you can unmute and.
Should I stop it? Somebody is sharing?
Yeah, I think Pankaja was supposed to share.
Okay, no problem. I can stop it. I can do it again.
Yeah, yeah. You can, we'll work through it yours later on.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Sorry about that, Harshal.
No worries. Yeah.
Yeah, this is for warranty ID lookup.
Okay, so one thing what you can do is you can click this one here. Yeah, maximize it. Okay, all right. Okay, that's good.
So we gave a precondition as the user have access to the both the pages.
Okay, can you just explain what this test case is about? Based on the title, right? So if you can just explain. Well, what are you testing, right? So,
Yeah, it display all generated warranty ID from
Okay.
cartridge inventory page.
okay, that are not processed yet. Right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the 3 dot.
Yeah, 3
You are
dots.
testing. Okay, all right, gotcha. Flip to the screen as well, just to show it on the screen, right? I think we talked on Thursday as well, right?
Yeah.
But you guys corrected. Yeah, you guys modified it, right? Okay. But for other folks, those who are not here, it will help them.
So this is the 3 dot one.
Okay. So when you click on it, you're supposed to see a list and you are validating that the list is correct.
Yes.
The information shown is correct. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So preconditions, warranty and cartridge inventory, access user exists with valid credential. Then
Okay.
we go to the Laser Saver homepage.
Okay,
So ID is, user ID is, we gave some,
Okay.
random, yeah. And you will log in successfully.
okay,
So we'll be on the cartridge inventory page.
so you need to access the cartridge inventory, right? So you're missing the step here. Access cartridge inventory. Right, because you need to access, once you log in, you may not, you will be on the home page. From there, between 3rd and 4, right? Or 4th and 5th, yeah. So between 4 and 5th, you need to put that step in to access cartridge inventory page. Okay, all right. So assume that you are adding that step, you will correct it. Okay, let's go to number 5.
Then these are the required fields like from, category, manufacturer. and
Okay.
MFG, so we gave our data.
Okay, Dilip, I didn't take this call. Can you walk through it? Let me. go back.
So these, whatever I highlighted, green is the required fields.
You can go back to that? Well, what about the other 2 buttons? The color, MCR, right? Are those required, not required?
They're not required. When I go to the PDF file,
Well, for a cartridge, right, you need to pick whether it's color or not color, right? See, Those things are mandatory, right? Yeah.
Color default is mono, but if you want to choose the color, then you can do the color.
So, but in the down table, it says required is no, so I thought it's not required. So,
Okay, so it's not,
Okay,
so this one, yeah.
Okay. so by default it is. So there's a default value, okay,
Yeah, if it's default, then it will take mono.
okay. Okay, go back.
So by entering all those required field data, after clicking on the sync label, so the warranty ID, this one is generated.
So think of it, right, from step 4, you're jumping directly to that screen.
Yeah, we're gonna put the step.
so between the
Yeah.
LC, they will add,
Okay.
yeah. They will add cartridge inventory, go to
Okay.
cartridge inventory.
Okay,
But Dilip, I question on step 5. Can we put the data as like this, or we have to do a attached Excel file, or either or is good?
either one is fine.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, typically, like it's a lot of times what you see it is the passwords and user ID are the one which are typically put as an attachment because of the security concerns. But
uh-huh,
all this is fine, putting it right there.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
It will be easier if we just explain everything and then question answer later, because
Yeah, that's
if
fine,
something
that's
is,
fine.
if somebody is jumping in, then we forget what we have
Sure,
to
sure.
explain.
sounds good, sounds
Go
good.
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, so just go through it.
And then we are yeah, selecting the from start button in the same cartridge page.
Okay.
So that will display the blank cartridge page. Again, we are creating the one more.
Okay, so here,
so this
I'm
one
just
is-
thinking logically here,
Yeah, so we are creating two warranty ID
okay,
to see like
I
there are
see.
two is displayed on that list.
okay,
So
okay,
we don't put the done
Okay,
button, yeah,
gotcha.
so,
Yes, from start button.
okay,
so we will be adding another one, so.
okay,
two
makes
will-
sense, yeah, yep, okay,
So we are. Yeah, this is for the second one.
okay,
And
second one,
Different ID is generated.
okay,
The user will navigate to the warranty tab.
Okay.
next. So which is like main. F4.
okay,
So when he will come here and click on this 3 dot,
okay,
he should see the whatever the warranty ID we created. in the
Both one, yeah.
Okay.
Pop-up will continue.
pop-up will contain it, okay. All right, so here, right, couple of things. First of all, you don't know what warranty ID will be generated, right? So you need to make sure you capture the warranty ID, not the hard-coded one. This
Okay.
is because it's not gonna be generating this warranty. ID,
Okay.
So what you can always say is note down the warranty ID generated.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right, and note down the warranty ID, and then in this
Yeah.
step, you refer it. That it will shows that the warranty ID generated in step 5 and step 7.
Oh, okay, I thought we assumed everything.
No,
Just
no,
put the
because-
generic one.
this thing you don't know, right? It's a
Ah.
dynamic, it's a system generated IDs, you don't know what it is.
Okay, yeah.
So that way your step is repeatable, yeah. Your step will be repeatable and so forth. I think logically, I mean, you're almost there with the detail steps as well. But I think one thing missing here, okay? You need to have, you are saying in step number 5 and 7, that pick this cartridge. So you want to make sure those cartridge exist before you select
Okay.
whatever it, so on the cartridge list page,
Mhm.
you have to have this cartridge with the HP and manufacturer number specific, whatever you specified.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to put those two numbers in precondition.
Yeah, you have to have the cartridge exist with the HP and the manufacturer number, that one, because without that, you can't generate the warranty information.
So just the manufacturer number and the make.
Yeah, that
of
data,
whatever
with
is
this
there.
information,
Precondition.
cartridge is already exists basically in the system. Everything else is you can pick it, right? Damage, yes, eligible, yes, to generate the warranty, which is perfectly fine. So that's additional.
So for the
precondition.
weight, we were still assuming that this is the weight, right? Because we don't have the weight machine there to,
That's fine.
yeah.
You
okay.
can just say it's like it's
Okay,
put the
perfect.
cartridge with this much weight.
Oh, okay.
So the way you can generate the warranty, right? Would say either you go through the weight
Mhm.
out of tolerance, or you can say damage is equal yes, and generate, because there are two flows to generate the warranty label,
Okay, yes.
right? So you are picking the damage flow,
Yeah.
so weight really doesn't matter here. Whatever weight you say, I mean, it's fine,
Okay, that's easy, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
because you need to generate warranty label, that's your goal, warranty ID, and that should take care of it. Anything else?
They're
I
getting
think-
hang off it.
Yeah,
It's good.
yeah, so I mean, this looks correct to me, I mean, almost complete type of thing, right? And so far, except those two items we mentioned. Okay, all right,
Slip to the other team.
flip, let's flip to the other team, so we'll come back. Basically, if you want to review anything else, we'll come back and we'll review. Anybody else wants to review whatever they produce? Zoom link, just connect to the Zoom, we have the Zoom link, right? We have it, we sent it originally, same link. We can session. link. While they are pulling up, maybe we can review yours and we'll come back to when you guys are doing that. Okay, so go ahead and share your.
Okay. Deji, are you going to share your process instruction?
Yes, I can do it.
Okay, Daisy, go ahead.
Okay.
Now, did you guys write anything new? I mean, after that?
Yes, yes, the identical
that.
we did. So let's go through the identical.
Okay, all right, you guys already done the old one, corrected it, right?
This is a big one, so I don't know.
Sure.
So is everybody can see it or no? Yes, right? Yes.
Okay, Daisy, explain your test case. Well, what is your test case about on the screen?
Okay. So here we are doing the identical one that I made two cartridges. Those are with same manufacturer and the MFG. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to write down MFG here. I'm sorry about that. They are exist in the system, and the user inventory processor is exist in the system with valid credential. Then just as usual, go to the browser and type the URL and go to Ledger Saver homepage. Then in as inventory processor as a user with the valid credential. Then he's on the home page. While he's on the home page, he can click on the inventory tab, which is on the header. Then select the cartridge inventory page to go to the cartridge inventory page to access it. Then
Okay.
click on the lookup tab, which is the 3 dot from lookup field. And which one I'm doing?
Okay, so you're
Yes,
saying,
yes, I did. So customer vendor list will, yes, Arshil, I'm sorry.
yeah, I was just suggesting, because lookup field, right? You can just say that lookup customer or vendor lookup field, basically. Pick-
He,
right,
here,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because you have two back-to-back lookup fields, right? So you
You
need to
don't
be
know which-
explicit, so which one you are going to use it.
so should we mention here customer vendor lookup field?
That's all,
Okay.
yeah. Minor thing, but it will help, yeah. And you can correct whenever you guys need it. Right?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah.
So now we are on the lookup field and the list will populate on the right hand side. Then select the customer 1, 2, 3, and this customer I already mentioned in the precondition,
Okay,
which is related to the first cartridge.
Okay.
Then I have a question. Actually, we all have a question over here. Should we put all the datas over here in one line or 2 lines, or what we did? We just attached an Excel file over here. Which one is better? We can do that.
Either one is fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to be specific, as long as they can access that data field while
Uh-huh.
executing. Yes, that's what it matters.
Okay, okay. So all the datas are there for the fields to be, the values to be entered in the fields. Then I click on the shipment complete. And shipment complete, after I hit the button, so it changed the color and shipment, the shipping process is completely processed and removed from the list. And again, I have a question. Also, my team has a question. That's why I put a steps like this. Should we mention that? Should we need to like verify that shipment list is removed or processed from the list, or we should skip that?
You should verify it, because at that point you, again, what functionality you're testing? Are you testing the shipment complete capabilities?
Say- say-
No, we are doing the identical.
That's okay.
You
So in
don't
this
have to,
case, you have to do it.
So we don't have to verify this, right?
No,
you are expecting that functionality is already working.
working, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
You don't verify.
So if
Okay.
we do, what is the process, how to verify that one that the shipment is?
So where did you get the original list? You have to go back to the original list and see it, whether you're seeing it or not.
And you should have a separate test case just to verify shipment complete functionality.
So Dilip, original list means which one? The shipping list you are talking about?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. So
Again-
now, okay, yes,
You are not testing the shipment complete functionality here. So
Mhm.
that verification, you can skip that very, it needs to be in its own test case.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Your focus is test identical. That's what-
Yes. So what we did, cartridge one shipment is complete. Then we got a second cartridge, which the manufacturer number and model number is same and is already mentioned in the precondition, which is the step 8. So go to the next cartridge, cartridge 2, and start another shipment process and click on identical button. Then
Okay.
all datas, which is same as identical cartridge 1, submitted to the system.
Okay.
Well, so, question,
Yes.
you look at the what, like it's when you hit the shipment complete tab, does the data in the field retains or clears it out?
Yeah, I
So
think
it will besides this warranty damage and warranty eligible and warranty ID, all the information will first submit to create a new record for the cartridge 2.
But
Yeah, I don't know if the step that you took, that the shipment complete was necessary.
yeah,
You could have 2 cartridges in the same shipment, right? And then you put it and then click on identical, because the moment you do a shipment complete, it clears out all the fields. So you will not be able to test the identical functionality, right? Because the purpose of identical functionality that retains certain value on the phone, right? But the moment you do shipment complete, everything is cleared out. And so when you do the next cartridge, none of those fields are there. You have to actually enter those again.
So the first cartridge shipment should not be complete, then do the identical.
Yeah,
Yes. So that's.
So-
the
your step is number 6, enter the information, click on identical.
So 7 should not be there.
Yes.
Yeah, I think you have unnecessary step.
Yeah.
But you need to click on identical, right? And you
Yes.
verify what happens at that
Yeah.
point.
Yes, yes.
And then you are done at that point. Okay, I don't think there is a second.
right.
thing.
So, but at the verification, there are 2 key things that you need to do it. One is on the screen verification, and the
Yes.
second, you need to make sure that the cartridge was submitted. Right, because you need to verify
Yes.
also, because those are the 2 parts of the functionality when somebody clicks
Do
on
we
it.
need to do 2 or 1? If I am doing 1.
I think you just one should be enough.
Just
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we
Um,
did.
Yeah, one should be enough because you want to make sure when you click on identical,
Yeah.
certain things happen.
Certain data retains.
It should go to the person.
Yeah, cursor should go,
That's the
certain,
main thing.
Yeah.
that's the
So
main
we
idea.
don't have to, we don't have to take 2 cartridges to say, to verify the identical, to show the identical shipment. Is that whatever I understand?
So the goal here is to ensure that whatever is said in the click, but event or event That
Mhm.
happens. And do you need to, I mean, you don't really need two cartridge processing for that. You just, okay, these 5 fields are cleared, other fields are populated, information is saved. And that's what you are verifying.
Okay. So here, do we need to verify each field? So suppose we need to verify the field, weight field, so user can enter the data or it's empty, verify each.
What does it say in the requirement? What fields are
Yeah.
clearing?
The field, the warranty ID and then the 4 field.
Right, so 4 fields are getting cleared, everything else should remain on the screen.
Yes.
So your goal is to test, validate that, hey,
Right,
does it happen?
because everything else remains same, right? So when you process the first cartridge, make sure all the other one which should retain are actually there.
And these four should be black.
Blank.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
But those four should be
That's
blank and
how
you're good.
10% on the weight, that's.
Yeah.
So those 2 verification points and then you stop. You don't need a second cartridge to process.
Okay, so we'll do the one cartridge and verify this, whatever these 3 steps we wrote, right? Okay, okay.
And also need to go back, make sure the cartridges was saved and
Same.
processed.
Yeah.
Now, how would you do that? I don't know what data you have. Are you doing the warranty processing? Then you can go to the next screen and validate it. But if it's not
Yes,
eligible,
yes.
Then you should.
then
see
you
it,
should
it's
go
not
to the
there.
database and validate it.
Right.
So depending on your,
Yeah.
you have to do
Yeah.
it different.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Everybody, okay?
Yeah.
All right,
thank you, Harshal. Thank you, Dilip.
all right, so we'll give a chance to the team number 3,
Yes,
what they want to review on your end. So you guys logged in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Eunice.
yeah, Yunus is there, okay, good. Go ahead and share the.
Yeah,
link, Yunus.
Once you are in, Eunice, just make sure you put your microphone on mute.
Yeah.
Otherwise you will hear the echo.
Or we can mute ours.
But they
We'll
will
have
be able to
speaker.
hear
Oh, then.
The conversation in the
Yeah,
class.
yeah.
All right, go ahead and share your screen then.
That's fine, go ahead and share it, Yunus.
Yeah.
Do you have like a requirement as well? You can pull up the requirement. PDF, laser saver. You need to pull up the screen here so that everybody knows, what it is. Maybe it's a cartridge inventory. So let's see what.
Y'all see it?
No, not the second. one.
So you can stop.
So you can
make
stop
sure
sharing, share the whole screen, your
you-
screen.
Desktop.
Desktop. Right now, we're just sharing only the application. So you just share the screen.
Okay, maybe they can talk about it here. Dilip.
Yeah.
So talk through it when you're talking, say.
So, So, I did this, we did the save one, we'll start off with the save button.
Okay, so what screen is that? Can you pull up that screen?
Alright. So this is a save screen,
Okay,
and the 10 spaces that we came up with, the first one being.
yep, that's fine. We can
That's
talk
fine. Now
through it.
we know where it is. So
Yeah.
go ahead and talk
Yeah,
through it.
so, the first step we took was click on application and use, valid user credentials to sign in.
Okay,
And then the core site application should load successfully and should be logged in.
okay,
And then the next step we took was to type in valid name, like a valid name
Okay.
into the name field and click the job button and select, click and save.
okay.
And valid and for the expected result, valid name and
So this is where you were saying, putting the parent versus child category. So then from the drop down, what are you selecting?
selecting,
So you need to put the actual value.
You need to put the actual values. What are you gonna select from
so
those?
I had it on my laptop, I didn't bring my laptop, so.
Okay,
I had it created over here, so I think what I was gonna select was a drum problem.
okay.
Okay.
So
So
if
then
you are
you need to
selecting the drum,
Put into precondition that the drum problem exists.
so you need to put that in the precondition, okay? The drum problem exists and precondition goes in this tool. First step should be your precondition. So you should say first step, precondition, drum problem already exists in the system as a parent. And then you are creating the child for it,
Right,
okay? All right,
and then, so then after we do that, we click on the, we click on this button right here.
so when you click save, right?
I'm trying to,
Okay,
so then like, after you click save. The last test step would be to. Click on the admin page
okay,
and check if the new cartridge is listed under the, under name and parent. And then the expected results should be new cartridge should display under the defense category,
okay.
which is right here.
So a couple of things, right? When you click on admin page, right? It's not gonna display this,
Oh, yeah.
okay? Because admin page is a more like a high level menu item.
Mhm.
So you might have to click on something else to get to this page. Okay, so you might have to click on defect category under admin
Yeah.
to come to this screen. Okay, so that's your navigation thing. And here you are verifying, okay, what are the newly added cartridge, what are the defect should be added here.
Yeah,
That's what you verify.
that's it. And that's for the first one. And then,
Yeah.
Second one, he's gonna take over.
Okay, so if you can flip back, right? So I think I understand what you have, but you need to have a specific user as soon as they log in again, right?
Right.
There is no super user here.
No super user.
Yeah, you need to specify that any user XYZ with access to defect category module logs in.
Mhm.
Because if they don't have access to defect category list, then they cannot access.
Right.
So you need to put that language there. Here, I mean, you can always improve the step number 2. You can say what you are selecting in what field.
Right. Then
So
you-
parent and child, what are you entering in child?
Right,
You need to specify the data.
okay,
Okay, so that part is missing in this step.
okay.
And as I said, third step should be, whatever, the last step should be, you go back to the defect category and verify. Okay,
Yes, okay, and you want us to do the next one or you?
so is everybody good with this one? Anybody has question? Okay, I think this is the short one, it's pretty straightforward, right?
Right.
So you can close out this one and let's see if you have a second one. Because this one was a short one, so,
The next one is the delete button, so,
okay,
for
Oh,
this
it's on the same screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, so let's talk about set delete as well, see what you guys know. It's a small one, right? So,
Right, so, so the first step we took was to go to URL browsers, enter the credentials provided. And then the expected results should be homepage and display.
okay,
The second step will be to log in as administrator user with a user name and password as provided.
again, this one you need to correct based on what we just discussed, right? Because it may be admin, may not be admin, who knows? But they need access to defect category list module. That's what you are saying,
Right,
okay? All right,
and then the expected result for the second step will be the administrator user is logged in successfully. The third step will be select the item name from the defect category in the system.
okay, so here you're missing few steps before this one. What are the steps? Anybody has any idea? What things they are missing here?
Defect name, defect category.
So there is definitely a data is missing, but how do I know which one is in there? How I'm selecting item? Right, you
So-
go to the previous screen,
Previous screen.
right? From this screen, you filter phrase, select it and click on edit to go there.
So you are missing those steps, the whole screen here, because you cannot just go directly to the or edit space, right? You have to come here, search on it for specific defect category and then tweak it, and then you go there.
Right. Also, on the previous one, right, you missed that, you have to click the add new category, it will take it there. When you save it, it needs to come back to the screen, you need to validate it, that the thing is there.
Right.
So you're missing the similar step even in this one.
And the
Once you delete it, even on the delete side, once you delete it, you cannot assume it's deleted successfully. You have to actually come back to the screen and validate it. So you don't have those steps either.
Okay, so you need to correct those things because it's very important and you add those things. Otherwise you cannot test this, okay? You have to have those other tests.
So to delete, to validate, we have to first add, make sure that.
Not add, you search.
Sorry.
Because you are only thing you can delete is existing one. You cannot delete a new one that you are adding. Right? Or if something exists in the system, then only you can delete.
Right.
Okay, so you have to.
You have to go
put in
search.
conditions that it exists.
Right, but how are you gonna validate? You're gonna go into the previous screen, see it in the list and it exists. Then you click edit, then you go to the delete screen, you delete it, go back, verify it's no longer in the list.
And for save, sometimes you need to create one, then save it.
Well, again, depending on your scenario, if you are save has two different scenarios. One is add route or one is edit route. So you need to have two different test cases for save, right? Because you can save during edit or during add, which one you are picking. So you need to mention that there.
Right. And then you have to add the verification steps. You can't just assume that on the screen it saved successfully.
Yeah.
That means it did successfully. You have to go back and validate.
Okay, so that's it's a common pattern, right? I mean, this is a common pattern. We should be fine, adding those steps. Okay, so you guys know what to correct, right?
So what? Yeah, right.
Okay.
So we should go on to the next one.
Let's see what you have. Then we can ask somebody else to, so we can pick one more from the other team as well. So if you have on the same screen, then let's not worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's see if somebody else has different things. Okay, so you can stop sharing. You guys don't want to
Yeah,
review
we
anything?
want to share.
Okay,
admin code and
yep.
everything.
all right. So you're
We
different.
didn't discuss last week. in
Yes,
class,
yes.
so we-
That makes sense, makes sense.
So you're adding your admin code. Go back to the screen, please. Admin codes.
And go to the detail one as well. So I think this one is fine, code type, conversion type.
Okay.
By the way, you guys are working on this screen, right? What is this supposed to do, I guess? What this module is about? Can you guys explain? Anybody from your team? What this module is supposed to do?
For the cartridge shipping.
It allows the.
So I guess I'm looking at these three lines, okay?
Yeah.
Explain me in plain English, what is your understanding of this thing? What this module is supposed to do? I know you guys are writing test kits, but what is it?
You have to give the context, right?
Anybody? Anybody else? Because it's important, okay, for this one. To understand the context. Anybody online understood what this module is about?
So is this like a back end?
Not necessarily backend, right? So the key thing that you need to think about it is view a list of parameters that is defined within the application, right? It shows up everywhere else, such as the drop down. So remember, like it's you have different drop down types.
Yeah.
Right? So for example, like it's one of the examples it talks about is phone number type. Right? When you're putting a customer and contact name, right? They have multiple phones. They may have a business phone number, they may have a mobile number. They have a primary contact number, secondary contact number. All those things, when you put the number, you have a drop down to select which type of this phone number it is. Right? So how does it know what value to be populating in those drop down lists? Comes from this list.
So all these items,
Right.
cartridge categories, customer vendor types, all these things.
Yeah.
You can on the fly add some like a new type. So if I have home, work, cell, let's say tomorrow I'm adding another thing. So I don't need to.
Voice.
Yeah, voice, something. I can come to this module and add a new record here, voice for the phone number, and it will show up in everywhere,
Those drop. down.
wherever the phone number is there. Okay.
So you don't need to go and change in every.
Yeah, you don't update the code, you just add a
So this is
value
very
here.
useful in fact. Yeah,
But then you have to go verify it.
yeah, wait.
You add here, it shows up in this list, is it not sufficient? You have to go actually to those screen verified, click on
Every
drop down,
screen you go-
see it. Or at least one screen.
Yeah.
Where that particular type that you're trying to add it. Remember, there are different types of code. As you go and you selected what type. And that's what you're adding.
Okay.
Code type means in the drop down, we get a package type,
Yeah.
cartridge type.
Yeah, and this one.
Okay.
In this filter, you get one of the 8 sevens.
So where is the cartridge categories list? Where do you see that? What module? No, not in the cartridge inventory. Is it cartridge inventory? It's a cartridge list page, right? Where this customer and vendor they are displayed, where this information drop downs you see. It's a customer and vendor list module, right? Where is the packet type? It's a different module. So you need to, depending on what you are doing here,
You have to
you have to validate.
appropriate screen.
This will cover the entire. You will go all the-
Wherever it's referenced in the system, it will update, add the new value. Okay? All right, so now you have context. Let's see what you have for testing.
So the conversation type is listed, but it's not on that top list.
Yeah,
Remember, this is a mock screen.
mock-up, right?
This is the detail. This could be
Somebody
the mock.
drew it up, sketch it up, for example, only, but this is the value, this is the list.
On our application, we have those.
That's what makes us like confused because I was thinking like a conversation is not there. I was thinking this is on a drop down list. This
No,
goes off.
Conversation is also there
Oh, it's
in
there.
on the communication module. There's a
Oh, yeah, yeah.
communication module there, that's where you have conversation type. That module, it is there, it just
We
not.
just didn't assign anybody to work.
Oh,
All right, so let's see what you have, right? Let's get one.
So in this one, like we did for add new value button.
Okay,
Okay. So that add new value takes you to the different screen.
Yes.
Can you just for a moment go to that screen? Just scroll it down, right? So the natural sequence is there and then you just go down.
yeah, there you go.
There you go. Okay,
So,
go back to testing.
so the precondition is like authorized user exists in the system with valid credentials.
Right.
So he goes on the laser saver homepage and user will log in. He come on admin page. From admin, we thought there are some.
Yeah, admin
divisions.
code, which is fine.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead.
So we will go to admin code and parameter
Okay.
list.
Yeah.
So an admin code and parameter list. He will click on the add-on value, which
Okay.
he will navigate to the blank FO17 page. This
Okay.
page.
So it will be blank,
Yeah.
Right.
but now is it gonna be really blank or you will see something in the type? So it's, you need to say it's type is, it's a blank screen for certain field only, okay, but there will be some list.
You
Populated
select
here.
from the drop down, right?
It's not completely blank, right?
So only the type, in the type field,
There will be some
displayed.
Yeah, I mean,
You have to select whatever type you want to add to it.
Okay.
and you can check it,
Yeah,
right,
it's-
whether it's required or not, what values are there, right? If it's a none is there in the list for this one, I don't think there is a none value there.
No, it's
Okay.
in none.
Does it say none?
Yeah, right, so
Okay.
it's,
Then it will be, none will be selected,
Equal
Yes.
to none.
so none
It's
default.
none there.
But it's required, it's true.
True,
Yeah.
right.
So you still have to value add because there is no none category. So you can't just simply add it.
Oh,
You still have to select the category
Right.
since it's required from a drop down list.
Without that, you cannot save.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's flip back.
Okay, so here's the other thing you need to think about. When you say default none, all it just says there is no default value. set
Yeah,
into that.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
there is nothing called a none will show up. there.
right, yeah.
Okay, it'll be,
It's,
you still have to select it. It will be a blank,
oh, yeah.
but it'll force you to select. it.
Sorry. Oh,
Okay,
Go back. I think it's, I understand till step 6. Where is the validation?
Yeah, that's what when we.
So there's two-step validation in this one, right? First, you go back to the list. A, is it displayed in the list? And
Yeah.
2, you go to that, whatever the tab is appropriate.
Yeah.
Look it in the drop down and see if it shows up.
I think the other steps.
wow, okay, I'm just checking number 6. So you add here, right? Clicking on add new, select type, okay, so you're adding that. Now, why are you logging again with the admin credentials?
That is what we said.
You're already
You have to-
logged in.
He's already logged in, you don't have to do it. You have to-
So we have to just navigate to the different page.
No, I mean, you navigate, that doesn't mean,
Right? This step, you don't need it. Okay, you don't even need, scroll
tab
down.
number,
When you save it, when you click save, what does the save button event say? Where does it go?
It goes to the
FO16.
Right, so that's all it is. So like, it's part of
Yeah.
it is when you say it's save button,
Mhm.
there are 2 things needs to happen. That information is saved and the screen navigates to that screen.
That's-
so you need
And
to,
once you're in that screen, you're gonna validate that thing is in the list. So that's one. Then you need to do the second validation, as I said, you need to find where the drop down list is gonna be shown. You navigate to that screen, click on that drop down to see if that value is now shown up in the drop down.
Okay, that we didn't.
so your language needs to change here.
Yeah.
It says navigate here, but here,
You're not navigating, it's automatically, it's gonna take you there.
right? You need to say verify that shaded, or you see that on the screen, plus go to the different
Different page.
page and validate again, that is showing up appropriately in the drop down. on that module. So you need verification step. I think you need to say verify.
Yeah.
In
The other important thing is this active checkbox.
Yeah.
So if you don't check that active box, it is not gonna show up in the drop-down list. So you need to validate that test case also. It's not this one, right? But the parallel, you need to think about it. Do one with the active and one without active, and then validate that, right?
So this active checkbox here is default is always it is checked as a
Right.
green, right?
Default is checked.
We have to unclick.
So all I'm saying is that you have done only one test case with the active box checked in. You have to do something similar with the active checkbox unchecked. And then, because the behavior will be different on the drop-down list. It will still show up into your list. The active flag is no. But when you go to the drop-down list, it will not show up because only active ones will show up in the drop-down list.
Then they need to revise the title.
Yeah.
What is your test case about? Because that title doesn't reflect what you are
What
doing.
is, valid. So it's essentially a check or active, the parameter type that's what you're adding.
So make sure you update your title, because right now your title, I don't know what it says. like.
Title is generic.
Yeah,
The title is generic.
it's very generic. It doesn't say what.
You have to do both conditions in the title.
So you need to add that in the title.
Okay.
Add
Add an active value.
to a parameter, right? And that's what your test case is.
Yeah.
When you write the second one, you say add
Inactive.
inactive.
Right. Okay, you understand the changes you need to make it?
Yeah, everything is.
Okay. All right. But what else we want to review? Anybody?
Yeah, you want to say that.
Okay,
This one.
all right.
Did you want to say on your phrase filter or I want to say?
Which one?
Filter phrase.
Filter phrase, okay.
Okay, that's a good variety then. Yeah, it's a different search. Yep.
I'm sorry.
So it looks like you guys are getting used to the tool,
Yeah.
right? This thing, it's very straightforward, right? I mean, once you go through it.
Everybody can see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me grab the.
She has multiple ones in test.
I think it's a page number 90, I guess. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So this one we did the filter phrase.
Okay, can you drop down to the condition, the description on the first page?
What is your test case about, right? So
Yeah.
just go down to the filter phrase condition in the requirement. Not on the screen,
Scroll down. No, just keep scrolling.
on the under filter phrase event.
So go to page 91.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
That's okay, keep scrolling down. You're on page 90, need to go 91. Okay. No,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
it, that's it.
Yeah.
So you say that condition is or, right?
Yeah.
Here.
Yep.
Yes, and here there was a clarification we did, I think last Saturday we did, and the clarification was or condition, not the and. but or condition.
Let's switch to the test case.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, so I'm looking at the title, right? So filtering the existing cartridge record by entering a phrase
Manufacturing.
or
number.
manufacturer number in the filter phrase field. Okay, all right.
So we did the model number here, search for the phrase for model number to check what the result is coming from the list.
Okay.
So our P condition is admin exist and cartridge one with the manufacturer HP and model number. We just pick it like randomly received and exist in the list. I mentioned we did here in list. Now it's already in the system, but here when we are discussing, there were two cases we are thinking about if we'll go to here, we are thinking to add a new cartridge to the list, then look for it by adding a phrase here, entering a phrase here and check it that is showing up in the list or not. Then second case is exist in the list, like the list is already there and you are looking for it.
Okay, but which one you're doing right now? You are doing.
We are picking it from the list now.
All right.
But we can do the other one, right, Dilip?
Yeah, you can do it other one, right? But I would keep it things simple. I will not do more than one in one test case.
Okay.
Okay.
So
That's
here
why-
we just pick it from the list.
Right. The other aspects you also need to think about it is, right now, looks like the data that you're setting it up such a way that only one result comes in. Think about potentially set up the data such that there are more than one row that matches that criteria. Because you want to make sure that, does it show only the first one or does it show everything that
Yeah.
matches? Right, so that's one adjustment that I would consider doing it in the preconditions. Second thing, if I made, like it's a thing I kind of already read through it quickly.
Uh-huh.
5, 6, and 7 are 3 different distinct searches.
Yeah, it's on the like the first one. If we'll put the GR on the first half, how it look in the name, then pick a C from the middle, how it look, and this one is everywhere. You can
Okay.
check this R8 in everywhere in the name.
So now when you look at it, right,
Yes.
what is your precondition? Your cartridge with manufacturing number HP 234-C when exists.
Oh, what I
Okay,
did.
your data does not match with any one of
I'm
the.
sorry, Harshal. Dilip, I'm sorry.
So the other aspect, as I also mentioned, you don't need 3 sets of filter data, right? So you just need to do only one of the criteria to match it to see it. You don't need to do 5, 6, and 7, because what if it's one passes, the other 2 fails?
Oh, okay. So just pick only one out of these 3.
Precisely.
Okay,
Because
okay.
each your data match the filter criteria.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
And this need to be changed. Oh, this is a silly mistake and I'm sorry about that.
that's okay. That's what the years of testing experience brings you right away when you see it.
Yeah. It's just
Okay.
a silly mistake I did.
That's okay. You will catch it when you execute it, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So only one case we'll pick and we'll show it, that's it. Oh, we didn't think of that. Okay, if we'll do another one, it can be wrong. Then this test case is going to be a wrong direction.
Right. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
Yeah. Good.
All right. You want to switch on the other one?
So I think we have a variety of test cases here, right? So I think you guys are getting the idea what, how you can go about it. What building it, right? I mean,
Dilip, I have a question.
Yes.
The previous test cases that we are looking through when Ramaya team is presenting it about admin code and parameter, actually I didn't get it over there. Whatever I understand, the conversation type will be whatever the choices given, like 6-7 choices given on the top. It's about that, like the type can be package type can be category, type can be customer vendor type. Is that whatever I get from the conversation?
yes, it's a predefined list, right? So,
Uh-huh.
so if they add a new list, they have to do additional coding, okay? So they will give you a predefined list. Because they have to code it. I mean, it's not gonna be just simply. I cannot add it in the list, right? You probably didn't see any add button. Over
Oh,
there,
oh.
right? There is no add button.
So the value red, blue, green, what's that for?
Even if you have an add button, right, they can define it, some new type, but they have to still code the system.
Oh,
to show
okay.
how everything
Okay.
works.
Okay.
I don't know whether there is an add button or not, but that should be.
It's a page number 117, Dilip, if you're looking for it.
117, okay.
117.
Yeah.
No, I'm not looking at, I actually was looking at the value.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were looking for that page.
Yeah, they have it, right? But again, they can define it.
Uh-huh.
They code it, they have a release, software release to actually show it on the different screens.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right, so look at this, right? So on the phone, you have a drop down. So the link it as one of them is phone types. Right? So whatever you define in that list is when somebody clicks on this drop down.
Dilip, can you maximize the screen? I can't see it. I'm sorry.
Just zoom in.
Can you see it now?
Okay, but
That I'm sharing.
no, Dilip, I can't see it.
Okay, now are you able to see it on the Zoom?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay, so this one in the vendor
Uh-huh.
and detail,
Uh-huh.
when I their contact information, right? It just says what phone you want to add, office, mobile. Right? So when I
Uh-huh.
click on drop down, the
Uh-huh.
list appears. And that list essentially comes from that page 117.
Yeah, I think in the description, it's
Oh,
bottom,
Right? So you have phone number types.
uh-huh.
When you selected code type as phone number types, it'll show you office, home, mobile, and that's what you selected from.
Oh, and this conversation type goes with the red, blue, green, which is in the communication model. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. Okay. Now it makes sense. Thank you.
yeah, I think in the requirement for the vendor type, right, module, it should say this list is populated from F
Drop
whatever.
down, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's why
Um,
it's the default went in.
Thank you, Dilip.
Philip, yeah, you can stop recording if you want.
Oh, yeah.